Greetings, aspirants. Welcome to CIVILNEST Academy. So today we are continuing the transcending prelims of geography. That is sixth standard geography and fourth lesson. Okay, right. So maps. Okay. So before we are landing onto the maps, we are spreading into the maps. Just let me take my globe. Okay. So I just recall and recap the previous chapters. Okay. So last three chapters we simply came to know about the earth and its position in the solar system and the earth longitude and latitude. Okay. So for longitude latitude I have the globe. Okay. See, right. So earth is tilted and earth is rotating from west to east. Okay. Right. Let it be. So the pole star is here, and those who are in the southern hemisphere cannot see the pole star. So that is one point that I reiterated. Okay. So this is parallels, the complete circles. Okay, parallels, otherwise called as latitude. Okay. So latitudes are the circles except 90° north and 90° south. Okay. So this is 90° north. This is 90° south. Okay. So, and the longitudes are the north-south going semicircles, okay, semicircles, and this is a Pacific Ocean, okay. And moreover, the interesting fact is, if we simply sink the entire continent into Pacific Ocean, it will sink, okay. So, there are the Pacific Ocean is greater than the all the continents combined, okay, right. Let it be. So, such a massive okay, right, such a massive ocean. Okay, right, let it be. Right. So this is the international date line. You can see this is the international date line. It is not a very linear one, but it is simply showing a zigzag manner. Okay, zigzag manner, because to avoid the chaotic situation of the days, that is time zone. Okay, right, let it be. So what else? Then the important concept of antipodes. Okay, I last class I uh, gave a lecture about the antipode. Antipode is nothing but just to see, we take a place, okay, just we pierce, it's a hypothetical only, okay, right. So if we pierce and if we drill a hole in any part of the surface, okay, and the needle should go at the, I mean, through the center of the globe, okay, and it will come out. So where it comes out, that is the antipode of the particular inserting place. For example, if we take the New Zealand here, okay, so New Zealand is here. Just we make a drill on the surface of the New Zealand, and it simply goes through the center of the earth, and it will come out in the Spain, Madrid. Okay, nearly Spain is here. Spain is here, Madrid. So Madrid is in the northern hemisphere and western hemisphere, and the New Zealand is southern hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Okay, so these are antipodes. Okay, Shanghai is approximately antipode to Argentina, Buenos Aires. Okay, right. So these are all the very interesting fact. Okay, and if we happen to swim the ocean from west to east in this 60 degrees south, we will not find any landforms here. Okay, we keep on swimming. Okay, there is no landform to interrupt our swimming. Okay, that's what I gave a lecture. And I mean Atlantic Ocean is S-shaped ocean. S-shaped, okay. Here is S-shaped, okay. Right. And the Russia's latitudinal extent is around half of the globe. Okay, 167 degree, 167 degree, the Russia has spread. Okay, right. That's it. For mapping purpose, when we simply divide it, we are just making the globe into the A4 sheet size, that is a rectangular size. So it needs some adjustment in the upper latitudes. Okay, so that's what we are going to learn from the map section. Okay, right, let it be. Let the globe be here. Let the globe, I mean, let the earth rotate. Okay. Okay, so the map, chapter number 4, it is maps. Okay, so maps, we need not uh, ignore it. Okay, we should be very familiar with the maps. Okay, so whatever it is, with respect to maps, we need to read and we need to know the very basics of the map initially. Okay, so this will help you to understand the concept of maps in the course to come. Okay, so let it be the current affairs, let it be the international relations, understanding the world history, World War I and World War II, and how the Industrial Revolution happened and how it spread across the nations, and how the American Revolution happened and why it happened. Okay, so some of the historical history is attributed to the geography. Okay, so because of the geographical presence of Australia, our India exists. Do you agree, or do you accept? Because of the existence of Australia, our India survives. Okay, so that is because of the entanglement of the monsoon mechanism with respect to India and Australia. Okay, so since the Australia is present, we have the wind system, reversal wind system, and southwest monsoonal wind system and all. So because of that, we receive the north east monsoon. Okay, because of presence of the Tibetan highland and Himalaya, I mean, we are getting the rain, and because of presence of the Western Ghats, we are getting the heavy rainfall in the west coast of India and all. Okay, so everything can be attributed to geography, and that too the political history is also attributed to the geography. So for that, we need to be very familiar with the maps. Okay, right. So physical maps will be showing the physical features, that is natural features. Okay, so that is mountains, plateaus, and plains. So for that, we will be learning what is plateau, what is plain and all in the higher standards and all. So roughly we can learn. Okay, plateaus means which is a raised surface, raised and flattened surface compared to the surrounding part. So that is called a plateau. Plains are nothing but the very natural process that happened millions of years ago. Because of the river erosion, the plains originated. Okay, right. Then rivers, we know that oceans are called physical or relief maps. Okay, so reliefs means it's a topography. So how a land is looking like. So that is relief maps. Okay, right. Then go to political maps. Political maps are nothing but the cities, towns, and villages and all. Okay, so we know villa, right? Villa. So whenever we see a single house with compound or nothing, with compound or without compound, single house, we call it as a villa. Okay, so when those villas are clubbed together, we call it as a village. Okay, village. So we have our own photos in an individual way, and we can make it collage. We can, when we group it together, we call it as a collage. Okay, so whenever the suffix age comes, it denotes the clubbing or the group. Okay, do you understand? Right, let it be. Let me have the marker. Okay, it is easy for you to navigate, right? That is called political maps. Then thematic maps are nothing but it is simply dealing with the specific themes like roads, railways, sport, and all. Okay, so our forest map or the road map or the desert map or the plant map or the crops. Okay, whatever the theme we undertake, so that is called thematic maps. Okay, yes, majorly we will be focusing on all the three maps only: physical, political, and thematic. Okay, right. See, rainfall maps, thematic maps, and all. So for this, we will be having the map session separately. Okay, right. So don't worry. And distance. Okay, distance means, for example, in the map, 5 centimeter means in real life, in real time, it is 500 kilometers and all. So based on the size of the map, the parameters will be given. Okay, right. So direction we know that is cardinal directions. Okay, all four directions: north, south, east, and west. Okay, right. See, this is a community center where these are the map points. Okay, right. So these are cardinal directions: south, north, east, and west. Okay, right. This is a campus. So whenever always the campus will show in the northern direction. So if you have the campus with you, just look at it, and you need to fix the north with the that of the pointer. Okay, so then only that will be the right way. That is a north direction. Okay, you need to rotate the dial, not the needle. Okay, you need to rotate the dial. Dial is nothing but this part. This is a dial part. This is a needle part. So you need to rotate the dial to match with the north. Okay, right. If you have the campus, then symbols and all we knew. Okay, so metal, railway line, roads, boundary, river, temple, post office, settlement, graveyard, trees and all. So just to come to know, these are all the symbols. Okay, so it is very easy for us to go through the atlas basically. Okay, right. Directly this chapter is just for knowing purpose, just for awareness purpose, and we cannot expect any questions from this chapter. Okay, but based on this we will be, that doesn't mean that we need to skip this topic. We need to know the basics, and based on that all the informations we will be seeing at the atlas. For example, if we take up uh, if we take up current affairs from the Hindu newspaper, and will be looking for the places of interest. Okay, what are all the places being given in the Hindu newspaper? We will be reading that. Okay, right. Okay, that's it. Okay, these are the map topic. Okay, so these are all the very basics. Okay, and nothing more. Okay, right. So with this, the fourth lesson comes to end. Okay, now I give you the very detailed lecture regarding the maps. Okay, so remember how to see the maps. Okay, I give you some points just to keep in your mind while reading the NCERT. Okay, aspirants, always remember maps are important to UPSC. Okay, let it be for prelims or for mains. Okay, in both cases it is important, and the two interview also. Okay, never ignore the maps. Okay, it became very routine procedure for us to search through Google Maps at least on daily basis for want to go to some places. We are just searching and all. Okay, that's fine. But politically and thematically and for want of looking at the natural map, okay, relief map, it is very important to look at all these things. Okay. So for example, whenever you are seeing a new place, whenever you come to know or about the new places of from the NCERT, and the place you need to locate it, either it is in India or in abroad. Okay, if it is a very foreign country or any other part of the world, you need to be very familiar with the each and every country being mentioned in the NCERT from 6th standard to 12th standard. Okay, let it be in any textbook, let it be in the geography or history or polity, social life, whatever it is, whatever the states in India and whatever the cities been mentioned in India and whatever the countries and nations mentioned in NCERT, you need to look for in the map, first thing. And the second thing, whenever you are reading a current affairs news, world news, okay, whenever any major happenings like earthquake or tsunami or political change or some civil war, whatever happens, okay, you need to know the location of the places. Let it be the Sudan, South Africa, Cabo Verde, Ghana, okay, western part of Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, and all these things. Okay, and for this I give you the home task. Okay, just take up the map. Okay, and look for Asian countries. First go for the political map. Okay, that is easy for you to understand. For want to, I mean, you want, if you want to know the very basics and I mean thematic map, it is simply little bit advanced. Okay, so you need to have the basic features and you need to know the basics of relief features like mountains, what is mountains, what is rivers and all. These are all the things that we will read in later. So for by now, okay, for the time being, just learn the political maps, okay, across continents. First go to Asian continent and locate locate the each country and the capital of each country. Okay, first go through the Asiatic part. Okay, so Asia can be categorized into West Asia, South Asia, Southeast Asia, East Asia and all. Okay, so those are the political congregations that we will be reading later. First, just look at the Asia and go for any countries, just come to know and get to know the countries and the capitals of each country. Okay, then go to the other, it is been given, no. Okay, so let me take up the globe. This is Asia that you know, this part, Russia, Mongolia, China, India, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Iran, okay, Turkey, Syria, Saudi Arabia. These are all the Asia part, Asiatic part. Okay, just locate the countries and locate the capitals. You got the point, right? Then go for Africa. Do the same, repeat the same procedure. Like just to find out the countries, what are all the countries and what are all the capitals of each country. Okay, then go for South America and go for North America. Okay, then go for Oceania, that is Australia. Okay, and New Zealand. Okay, so then go for Europe. Okay, Europe, majority of countries are very small. I mean, here it is very difficult to locate, and just look at the area specific, that is Europe specific map, that will be easy for you. Okay, right. So just to complete everything, okay, complete, just transcend all the continents, like how we transcend the prelims, just to do the just to transcend the continents. Okay, and after that again come to Asia, land in Asia, and locate the coastal line. What are all the countries that are having the coast, and what are all the interior countries, that is landlocked countries. Landlocked countries are nothing but the countries are surrounded by other countries, which will not be, I mean, the country will not be having the coast, will not be reaching the ocean. Okay, so will not making any border with any ocean. So that is called landlocked countries. For example, Kazakhstan is a landlocked country. Okay, Laos is the landlocked country. Okay, so Afghanistan is the landlocked country. Okay, just I give the example. For example, in Africa, Central African Republic are the landlocked country. Okay, Uganda are landlocked. Okay, Zambia is landlocked. Zimbabwe is landlocked. Botswana is landlocked. Okay, uh, Niger is the landlocked. Chad is landlocked country. Just locate these countries. Okay, landlocked countries. Then go for Africa, South America. Then go for North America. Then go for Europe. Majority of landlocked countries are in Africa and Europe. Just to find it out. Okay, so these are all the work right now. Okay, you need to locate the countries and learn the map in this way. Okay, step by step. Okay, side by side you need to learn. Okay, simple. So whenever, if you want to become, if you want to aspire to become an IFS, Indian Foreign Service, definitely you should be naturally have the tendency to look at the map. Okay, and just buy one globe on your own. I just advocate to every students. Okay, so buy not even the, I mean, not necessarily in this large globe, just to have a handy globe. Okay, so then only you can claim yourself that the world is in your hand. Okay, so you can say proudly that the world is in your hand. Okay, yes, definitely world is in your hand whenever you are exhibiting your talent, finding your potential and converting into the talent that is useful to the nation and the globe. Okay, right, let it be. So these are all the workout right now. Okay, so for the mapping purpose. Okay, then in the course of time, as the NCERT demands, we will be looking at the map soon. Okay, the other aspect and other upgraded versions of the map, what are the other things that we need to look at the map. Okay, now I have asked you to look at the political map. Okay, then we go for the thematic map in the course to come, in the course to come. Okay, right, let it be. So with this, the fourth chapter comes to end. Okay, right. So we'll be landing onto the fifth chapter, okay, in the next class. Okay, right. Thank you. So for people who are watching this video on online across India and wherever you are, okay, just to get to know about your state, home state, let it be the Maharashtra, Nagaland, Manipur, Sikkim, okay, wherever you are, just to get to know about your state and important places of your state. Okay, and just to get to know about your district headquarters and what are all the resources available in your district headquarters or your district, and what are all the central government institutions are located in your state, like AIMS, like any research laboratory and all. It is of national importance. And wherever you are across India, just to know about your freedom fighters from your state, and the women freedom fighters and the women scientists from your state. Okay, and the other famous personalities of your state. Okay, wherever you are, you may be from Jharkhand or Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Karnataka. Okay, so whichever cities you belong to, just know about the basic things, and that will be very useful for your interview purpose. Okay, and the personality that you are having right now may or may not be suitable to UPSC. So slowly, whatever it is you are having or not having, that is not an issue here. And slowly we will be making up the personality. Okay, intellectual personality of yourself through the NCERT. Okay, I will give you some small tips in every class. You are expected to follow those tips. Okay, so then only you will be finding the change in your personality and thinking perspective with respect to UPSC, because the UPSC simply takes up, will recruit the people who are all having the very nationalistic mindset. Okay, then united attitude. Okay, so for these things, we need to be very Bharat in nature. Okay, we need to be Bharatian and Indian in nature. Always remember. Okay, maybe from Delhi, Kolkata, and whatever the city you belong to. Okay, so we need to cherish ourselves. We need to express our gratitude for the place where we live. Okay, so this is also your home task, that to get know about your place of birth and your district and your state. Okay, so that will be very useful for the interview, that is personality test. Okay, and if you are having the geography, if you are having the geography as your optional, uh, you are you may expect some geography based map based questions at the interview. Okay, so do it. Okay, so those who are watching the this classes in YouTube, yes, this is a transcending prelims module, and this module is entirely English module, and this is for UPSC aspirants. Okay, and this transcending prelims is for making clues and extracting the MCQ format and finding the MCQs embedded in the NCERT books. Okay, that too from 6th to 12th standard, and that too in every subject. Okay, every subject and every chapter, we will be dealing with how the questions can be framed from each chapter and each subject. Okay, so that will be slowly uh, teaching you, and based on that you need to revise your topic if you are a veteran, and you need to approach the topic if you are new to this UPSC field. Okay, so nowadays the materials are very enormous, and some people may not be, may not be able to cracking the prelims in within 3 attempts or 4 attempts. Still, you are figuring out what is the problem, and I have studied NCERT completely, but I could not clear the prelims. Okay, I could not attend the NCERT questions. Okay, if you have such kind of issue with you, and this transcending prelims will be the panacea for you, and this will make you to think like UPSC. Okay, so this will interlink the concept. Okay, so I'll be teaching you some formulas, and the formula you are not expected to forget it. Okay, sorry, you are not, you should not forget it at any cost. Okay, and just apply those formulas while reading the NCERT, and you will be tuned to the UPSC. So that is what the aim and motto of this transcending prelims. Okay, so never worried about your preparation so far, and you need not worry about in future. Okay, I will just this transcending prelims approach will make you very easier approach for approaching the NCERT. Okay, so for YouTube viewers, you can subscribe to our channel, CIVILNEST IAS English channel, and more topics we will be dealing generally. Okay, if you want to join the transcending course completely for all the subjects, you can simply download our CIVILNEST Academy app from Play Store, and you can join. Okay, so simply start watching the classes and learning. Okay, right. So thank you all. Thank you the classroom students and the YouTube viewers. Thank you.